it's like when we're in the bed and Timmy's like, you know, feeling it, and then he's like, oh my God, stop, like this is too much.
Like a bitch.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
Yeah, I like his
Not even kissing other people and other people sneak attacking.
It's a good thing or a bad
It's a
thing?
good thing for you. That's a good thing for you.
Oh my God, Love Island USA is giving me life. Oh my God, it's hilarious when it shouldn't be. I like I like drama in a reality TV show, but the drama that you're getting, there is a bit of toxicity, just enough of pettiness, and then just silliness that you can't even. Oh my God. Anyway, hey there, it's Valerie again. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, season 4, episode 12. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so the cliffhanger was Zita was supposed to make a decision of who she was going to choose. I know Zita. Zita is one petty. She's very intelligent, and she's not going to let someone walk all over her. So chances of her choosing Timmy were very slim. They just put it as a cliffhanger just because they thought people would question. I always had a feeling she was going to pick Jeff, just to spite Timmy and wait for Timmy to come back and want her back. And that square, love square, is just oh my god. They played the game at the end, and it was just hysterical. What happened then? I'll review the four of them at the end, and I'll start off with Courtney and Bryce. Courtney was paired with Felipe, and I think everybody thought she was going to go back to Felipe, but was surprised when she dropped Felipe and she picked Bryce because even Serenity, you could see it on Serenity's face. Serenity was very disappointed. I think if Serenity had known that Felipe would be available, because I think she had become very close friends with Felipe, I wouldn't have been surprised if she had picked Felipe and had preferred to be in a friendship couple than to be in the couple that she's in. Anyway, so Courtney picked Bryce. That was the last coupling. After the recoupling, they had a conversation with Bryce, saying he appreciated that she had picked him. And Courtney's argument has always been that with Felipe, she had to sort of poke and prod to get information from him, whereas Bryce is willing to tell her and is willing to have open dialogue with her. So Bryce on his part says, they have a connection. He's in finance, she's in fashion, so that makes them connected. I don't understand how that creates a connection, and I don't understand because unless it's in finance in the fashion industry, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Clothes, figures. I don't know how that matches up in his head. Anyway, and their conversations are a bit. She's more, like if you've watched, oh God, like Legally Blonde and sort of that sort of type of movie. That's the way Courtney comes across to me. And then like Reese in Legally Blonde, and he comes more, academic and more. I don't understand how they mesh. Is she? I think Courtney is just after the next hot item, and if somebody else comes in, she's going to leave this poor guy and go on to the next person. They had a brunch where they sat down and had conversations of, just getting to know one another. And the first question Courtney asked Bryce was, "When did you lose your virginity?" And it's just like, he wasn't expecting that. I think he would have preferred if you'd asked him something a bit more, something maybe about his family or something else, not to ask him about his sex life. But anyway, it is what it is. And they play the game. They got some of their answers okay, but obviously they weren't in the top, so they didn't win the contest. And they're a bit of a complex sort of relationship. I don't understand it. Courtney, I think, is after someone she's sexually attracted to and someone who listens to her. And I think what she wants and what Bryce wants don't mesh. And I've got a feeling that Bryce is either going to leave her for Maddie, or if Maddie's head doesn't turn, if a new girl comes in, he's going to go after the new girl, and Courtney's going to be left on her own. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I might be wrong. From there, Isaiah and Sydney are paired back together, so they're happy as a pairing. Because they other recoupling the last recoupling, Sydney went with Andy, and she realized that no, I want Isaiah. I think because she realized that he was a bit more stiff. Whereas with Isaiah, I remember someone was saying, I don't remember who said it, that they're like a porn site. All they do is want to, and even when everybody else was sleeping, something was happening under the duvet. Only the two of them know, but you can see something moving. Um, so they were the hosts of the game. They didn't win the game. Um, they both seem happy in their coupling. I think they're happy that they're back together. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that relationship is just as confusing as Bryce and Courtney. But hey, it is what it is. From there, Jesse and Deb. I love Deb. I've always said this. I love Deb's sense of humor. I love the fact that she doesn't take herself seriously, and I love the fact that she's close friends, or she appears to be close friends with almost all the girls in the villa. Though I really haven't seen her with Bria, but Bria's been keeping to herself. Anyway, so they had a conversation after the coupling and sort of discussed the fact that Deb told told Jess that, she wasn't going to put up with any more of his, if his head was turned, that was it. She wasn't going to wait around for him to decide when he wanted to come back. And I think that's the difference between Deb and Zeta. I wish Deb had taken a page out of Zeta's book and she had really chosen somebody else just to scare the crap out of Jesse and see what happens there. They won the competition, the couple, the Mr. and Mrs. game, which was surprising because some of the information that Deb was telling Jesse, I was like, oh, this is a bit, but they won it. They seem to know each other better than everybody else, or they seem to have studied better than anybody else. I hope Jesse, if nothing else, appreciates Deb because if he loses out on Deb, I don't think any of the girls are going to pick him unless they pick him because he's friends with them and they decide to go into a friendship couple while waiting for the new arrival. That's just my opinion. And then Serenity and Chaz. Serenity, in my opinion, I might be wrong, she's a totally different person, or she to the person she was with Tyler. And sadly for Chaz, him and his sister screwed themselves because they recoupled with the wrong people. That's just my opinion. Whether that was producer driven, and like the first couple of days, you could tell Chaz was going all out, and Serenity was just tolerating him just for the sake of tolerating him. He's tried to cuddle her and stuff, and she's just like, I think it's one, the age gap, and two, she's still not over Tyler. She might still be upset that though she told him that she wasn't available and she was working on things with Tyler, him and his sister went ahead and chose her. Or it's just, I don't know, I don't know. Um, they did sit on a date and they were sort of teaching each other sort of handshakes and stuff. They played the game, the couples game, and you could tell Serenity was annoyed at some of the answers that he was giving because y- to her it came across as though, well, the impression I got was that he appeared to not have listened to her when she was talking to him, and he was writing what he wanted her to have said, not what she actually told him. You can tell when they're sitting together, when whatever they're doing, her body language is completely different. You can tell her body language is completely different to what her body language was with Tyler. I know people are saying, "Oh, Tyler didn't do much for her." This is a reality show. They are heavily edited, but body language doesn't lie. Body language doesn't lie, even if it's heavily edited. I think Chaz is a great guy. I think Chaz should have pushed his sister to go after Maddie because I think Maddie would have been great for him unless he still insisted and or his sister decided to override his decision and went to Serenity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he can ever get the response from Serenity that she gave to Tyler. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because even when, as I said, when Courtney recoupled with Bryce, you could tell Serenity was disappointed. And I sort of got the feeling that had she known that Felipe would not be safe, she would have picked Felipe because they were close friends. They were coupled up at the first coupling when the show started, and I wouldn't be surprised if she would have been happy to couple with him because there's something a bit off about. I might be biased just because I really loved her Tyler, even if everybody says otherwise. I think he really liked her. If you see his Instagram sort of post when he left, the only person he spoke very highly of Serenity. When he gave his speech, when he coupled up with her, he spoke highly of her. Even after his date, he spoke highly of her. I know people are saying, "Oh no, he didn't like her." He liked her, but I think he moved at a slow pace. And I think because of the way he treated her, despite what we were shown on camera, this is why Serenity might still be taking time to move on, even though he told her to, have a great time in here, enjoy yourself in here, have fun. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she's got over that. So with the Bria, J- Zeta, Timmy, and Jeff sort of square, I feel like this is just my opinion. I feel like this is Love. Timmy and Zeta present Love Island because it's Timmy and Zeta, and then everybody else is sort of a supporting actor in whatever show they're sort of putting on display. So during that game, obviously they spoke after the coupling. They were both, with their individual partners, and it was surprising that they were sitting opposite each other. They're playing games with two. Well, Jeff is innocent. Bria brought this on herself. Um, they're playing games with one innocent person, I feel, because Jeff has came in after all this started, so he has no idea what was going on. All he knows is that Bria and Zita are after the same, interested in the same guy, and he thought he could work his way and win Zita, but it seems Zita still hung up on Timmy. Zita though told Jeff that she was happy that he made her feel good, he made her feel wanted, he made her feel valued, and that's why she chose him. And Timmy on his part was telling, Bria that, now that Zita has made her choice, I can now focus on you and we can try and make things work on our own. So while they were doing that, um, Timmy started making out with Bria, and you could see that they were right in front of, of Zita and Jeff. All he was trying to do was trying to make her jealous. That's just my opinion. And so in the morning, Timmy spoke to Isaiah. They had a conversation where Isaiah said, you know, was asking him questions, and Timmy was trying to tell Isaiah that, uh, Zita played herself. If she thinks she's making me jealous because the way she described the speech she gave was describing me, and yet she went and she picked Jeff. If she thinks she's playing me, that's her loss because I am now ready. I am now able to put all my focus in Bria, and if she decides to come back by that time, I might have moved on, and it might be too late for her. And so I like the fact that Courtney did say that I think everybody in the villa wants them to get back together. They're tired of whatever games they're playing. So during the game, they played the Mr. and Mrs. game. They didn't win, obviously, the four of them. But um, what happened instead was, um, during the game, they were asked questions like, "Who would your partner be in a coupling with if they were not with you?" And obviously, Bria said Zeta, and Timmy said Zeta. And Jeff was sort of taken aback because he didn't understand, like, oh, okay, it is what it is. He kept quiet about that. And then as they play the game, he realized that these people are using me in whatever love triangle, square, or whatever is going on here. Because he is new to the villa. He doesn't know the history of what happened prior to him entering. Or, okay, he might have seen it, but I don't think he realized how intense it was. So towards the end of the game, they then had the conversation. A question was brought up: what's your partner's secret talent? And Bria said sneak attack, and Timmy was sort of puzzled. So then her brother actually asked that, what is that? And when he asked, she sort of said, oh, he knows what I'm talking about. And she just said, well, the rest of us need to know what her secret talent is. And that's when she was trying to be cute, as you can see in the clip, but it exploded in her face because I think Timmy should have received it better, even if he didn't want her to expose it, because she said, "Oh, at times when we're sort of making out and he's about to get excited, he tells me to stop because it's becoming too much, and you know, he's worried that things might get out of hand." And you could tell on Zita's face and she said, "Oh, you'll tell me to stop. It's becoming a bit too much." And you could tell on Zita's face that she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy, and you could also tell on Bria's face that she was broken because whether she thought people would accept it, I think she wanted to rub it in Zita's face that they're making out, and sadly, it didn't work out the way she expected it to because then Timmy didn't receive it that way. One, he appeared embarrassed by it. Really, he appeared embarrassed, and her brother was embarrassed as well because of what his sister just described. And then Zita was like, "Well, I haven't been kissing or doing anything, and other people are busy doing sneak attacks. In that case, Jeff, it's on tonight." And so poor Jeff was confused. He was asking, what's going on? What's going on?" And then someone called out, "Don't worry, it's good for you." And Serenity came in and said, "Yeah, it's good for you. Don't worry. You stand to benefit," because he was all more or less being told, the salon is open for you today, so you can do whatever you want to do in there because apparently this is what we're doing. And so it's sad. It's sad. I said it before. Bria and her brother should have come into the villa, sat down, and assessed what was going on before they decided to sort of get involved in the recoupling process. I know they were asked to recouple. Unless they were forced to pick those two people that they've picked, I think they should have picked somebody else and left the Timmy triangle. But then if they'd left that out, then it would have been boring because there would have been no drama between Timmy and Zita, and they are the show really. Because if you take them out, it's going to be boring with everybody else left in it. So I don't know. They played themselves. Bria and her brother played themselves because her brother is in a coupling where he's tolerated, and she is in a coupling where it seems on Tuesday she will be crying. It's sad, and I don't think there's a coming back. And because Zita, on her part, I think wants Timmy to come back on his own and ask for her back. She's not willing to put herself out and have him play her. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.